Good day to each and everyone. By the way, my name is Usman S. Manday, and today we're going to discuss about the teaching harmony and texture in music. So we have the overview. The previous lesson presented content that a music teacher needs to know to able to impart something regarding the musical elements, harmony, and texture. In this lesson, we'll look at ways on how we teachers can deliver this content topic to our classes. So we have learning outcomes. At the end of the lesson, the student can identify the things that needs to consider that can be applied when teaching harmony and texture. So B, create music lesson plan using different strategies in teaching harmony in textures. Use some example of approaches and activities that can be used teaching and content pertaining to harmony and texture, and foster understanding, empathy, and collaboration among students by teaching the concepts of harmony and texture in music. So ano nga ba yung harmony in teaching harmonic intervals? So number 1, we have teaching harmonic intervals in grade 4. So sa teaching harmonic intervals, so usually itong strategy na ito na ginagamit ni teacher sa pagtuturo ng music, especially the harmonic intervals, is naa-apply ito sa grade 4. So harmonic intervals occur when two notes are played or sung at the same time. So teaching this concept involves two important aspects. So napaka-importante dito sa pagtuturo ng intervals, harmonic intervals, when two notes are played. For instance, the visual and aural listening. So napaka-importante talaga when it comes to visual and aural listening. So because through visual is kapag nakikita natin yung mga notes na kung saan is nakasulat sa isang papel, is dapat understand natin started from the teacher na kung saan is kaya niya yung basahin at the same time kaya niyang i-play and i-apply mismo sa kanyang student. And aural listening. So napaka-importante din talaga yung aural na usually ginagamit din sa kung paano ba malaman o paano ba malaman ng kanyang student by the listening, na kung saan is kung paano ba ginagamit yung dalawang note na kung saan is kinakanta at the same time, which is kinakanta ng pasabay. Understood? So next, we have a visual approach. So bullet number 1, we have show notes on a musical stuff. Tackle vertically to present simultaneous sound. So dito sa visual approach is nakikita natin mismo kung ano ba yung notes when it comes sa musical stuff, na kung saan is nagre-represent, na kung saan is yun ang dapat natin sundin. Then as a teacher is dapat alam niya yung proper process o yung proper applying, na kung saan is through this musical stuff is ganito yung kanyang approaches, na kung saan is ipagagawa niya yon sa kanyang students. So next bullet, we have use a piano keyboard diagram to help students see the distance between notes. So napaka-importante talaga through the use of instrument na gagamit si teacher ng piano keyboard diagram, for instance, to help the student na kung saan is kaya niyang o they can see visually kung paano ba ginagamit o paano ba ini-execute yung mga notes. At the same time, kung paano ba pinipindot yung every detail or every key ng isang piano keyboard. And also that through that is meron ding notes na kung saan is binabasa, na kung saan is kung nababasa ng kaning student is yung mga student naman is kanila itong pinipindot upang magkaroon ng sound. Understood? So next we have demonstrate how to count whole step and half step between notes. So napaka-importante talaga when it comes sa note is alam din natin kung paano mag-count. For instance, 'di ba, napag-aralan natin yung mga whole note, half note, quarter note, 8 note, and 16 notes. So through that is merong namang mga step and half step between notes. So meron silang merong pagitan. So usually through that is merong differentiate meaning na kung saan is dapat malaman ni student yon, na kung saan is sasabihin or ide-demonstrate talaga ni teacher para malaman talaga ng kanyang student at paano ba nila may a-apply, kung paano ba nila yon may execute ng maayos. Understood? So next we have B, oral listening. So dito naman tayo sa oral listening. So first bullet we have play intervals using a music instrument or mobile apps. So dito sa playing intervals when it comes sa piano keyboard, so as you can see naman, di ba, itong ni-recommend ni sir sa atin na kung saan is gumagamit tayo ng piano keyboard through the mobile app, na kung saan is dina-download lang natin sa App Store, na kung saan is at the same time is nakakagamit tayo ng piano within kahit hindi tayo mismo nakakakita or nakakahawak na piano mismo. So through this mobile app, through this technology is nakakatulong talaga kung paano tayo magiging matuto. Kung paano ba matututo ng maayos yung mga students. So second bullet we have repeat the sound so student can recognize and remember each interval. So napaka-importante rin talaga na sa teacher is kailangan repeated when it comes sa teaching the sound, teaching the notes, upang yung students is ma-recognize niya yon ng maayos, and at the same time is kapag na-expertise na sila doon is kaya na nilang gawin yon, kaya na nilang patugtugin yon, even though as a teacher is sinasabi mo lang. For instance, kapag sinasabi mo saan yun yung letter G, saan doon yung letter A, letter C, o letter E. So, at the same time, alam na nila kung anong klaseng note, kung anong klaseng keyboard, saan nila yon pipindutin sa piano keyboard. Understood? So next we have start with the C major scale, then introduce F major and G major. So as you can see, so dapat as a teacher is magsisimula muna sa C major scale. So because through the piano keyboard is mas nagiging basic yung C major scales kumpara sa guitars na usually kapag sinasabing yung mga basic chords is yung mga G, and kabilang din yung C, E, and D, na kung saan is ginagamit talaga sa notes, especially sa major scale. Then introduce F major and C major, G major. Then at the same time is in the long run is bago niya ituturo as a teacher is ituturo naman niya yung mga mas major na mga key tulad ng F and C, G major. Understood? So next we have letter C, singing activities. So dito naman is gagawa na si teacher ng mga singing activities na kung saan is ia-apply na niya sa kanyang mga student. Then at the same time, yung mga student is gagawa sila ng paraan kung paano ba nila mai-execute ng maayos yung activities na kung saan is gagawin ni teacher. And then through these singing activities is dapat isaalang-alang din ni teacher na kung saan is it depends or suitable talaga sa age, sa grade, or sa needs ng kaniyang students. So first bullet here, so let student imitate and sing intervals in pairs, meaning duet. So pwede rin gawin ni teacher na kung saan is ipag-grupo niya yung kanyang students by 2 pair, which is magkakaroon ng duet. When it comes to singing, na usually ginagamit yung duet sa kung paano ba kumanta ng dalawa. So next one, use so, sol, fa syllable or do, re, mi instead of letter names. So instead of letter names, so as you can see naman when it comes naman sa note is mas mahirap talaga i-understand, mas mahirap talaga i-memorize ng mga bata yung mga letter names when it comes sa tones, when it comes sa chords. For instance, yung mga G, C. So instead, gagamit tayo ng sol, fa syllable, meaning do, re, mi. Dahil dito sa do, re, mi ay parang nagkakaroon sila ng understanding na kung saan is meron na silang guide point na kung saan is through this do, re, mi is parang na-understand nila ng maayos yung mga kung paano ba nila i-execute ng maayos yung mga keyboard through the help of do, re, mi na usually nagsisimula muna sa basic hanggang magiging pataas. So kapag binaliktad naman nila is nagsisimula sila sa pinakamataas. At the same time is bababa naman yung kanyang tono. So yun yung importance ng sol, fa syllable or do, re, mi strategy pattern. So next we have alternative sounds like zu, za or humming may also be used. So this alternative sound zu, za is very important when it comes to teaching these singing activities, teaching the chords or teaching the note. So dito sa alternative sound like zu, za is usually kaya itong i-pronounce ng mga bata. Meaning, so napaka-importante talaga ng alternative sound na ito dahil dito binibigas o binibigyan ng timing ni teacher kung paano ba bibigasin ni student ang bawat kanta na kung saan is gagamit siya ng alternative sound tulad nitong zu, za or humming also be used. So next we have encourage the class to listen carefully and check if others are singing in tune. So ini-encourage talaga ni teacher yung klase na kung saan is she or he observe carefully and check if others are singing in tune. Na kung saan is si teacher is inoobserbahan niya ng maayos yung mga students sa kanyang ginagawang activity. For instance dito sa singing na kung saan is they observe carefully na kung saan is meron bang magagaling when it comes sa tune, kung paano ba sila kumanta ng maayos, merong mga sintonado, merong bang magagaling when it comes sa timing ng song. So through that is nagkakaroon ng checking or what we called when it comes to checking carefully na kung saan is meron siyang basihan na kung saan is itong estudyante na ito is magaling and kung kailangan pang mas gagaling is kailangan kong bibigyan ng ganitong strategy o approach. So itong klase na ito, so in short, dito is kayang i-classify ni teacher yung singing abilities ng kanyang student when it comes sa tune singing activities. Understood? So next, let's proceed to teaching chords and triads. So dito naman sa teaching chords and triads is they are suitable for grade 5 and 6. So as you can see naman, para lang ito sa mga 5 to 6 na grade. So first here, a triad is a group of three notes played together forming a chord. So dito is isa ito sa group of three notes na kung saan is ipiniplay together. For example, through playing guitars, so usually gumagamit tayo ng different chords, and at the same time through kapag ginagamit tayo ng different chords, so magkakaiba sila ng placing when it comes sa ating fingers. So as you can see, yung for instance yung G is magkaiba sila ng placing when it comes sa D. So yung D naman is magkaiba sila sa placing ng E minor, E, or C major. Understand? So ganun din sa pag-play ng piano. Understood? So next, we have a visual listening tools. So dito naman sa visual and listening tools is dito nagkakaroon ng visualize or instrument na kailangan makita ni student in order for them to understand, to know what kind of instrument that we're going to play. And listening tools, or merong mga listening tools na kung saan is ginagamit upang magkaroon ng improvement yung listening skills ng mga bata when it comes to applying this teaching chords and triads. So first here we have use keyboard diagram or apps to show and play chords. So dito is gumagamit si teacher ng keyboard diagram. So ito dito sa keyboard diagram, so maaaring ito ay based on painting or drawing, or through our technology is gumagamit din si teacher ng application na kung saan is dina-download niya sa technology or sa mga app store, na kung saan is doon is parang nagkakaroon ng visualize kung papaano ba ipa-play yung chords, and at the same time si teacher is meron siyang knowledge, meron siyang meron siyang skills when it comes sa pag-play ng mga different chords, and at the same time is upang matutunan mismo ng kanyang student ng maayos at magiging mas klaro sa kanila kung itong klaseng chord na ito ay different sa another chords na ito. Understood? So next we have help students see and hear how chords are formed. So napaka-importante talaga na ipapakita talaga ni teacher kung anong style ng each chords na gagamitin natin when it comes to playing an instrument. For example, in piano, dapat ipapakita ni teacher kung ano ba yung chords ng E, A, D, G, na kung saan is dapat ipakita niya mismo, hahawakan niya mismo or pipindutin niya mismo upang mas matuto yung mga bata. So in a terms of guitar naman, so when it comes sa chords is dapat ibibigay din ni teacher ng maayos kung paano ba i-execute yung guitar chords. For instance, yung mga basic tulad ng G, kung paano ba yung placing ng G when it comes to our fingers, ano ba yung placing ng C, ano ba yung placing ng D, ano ba yung placing ng E minor. Understood? So next, we have help students see and hear how chords. So next naman, so proceed naman tayo sa letter B, understanding triads. So dito is dapat alam natin yung understanding, dapat alam ni student o dapat alam din mismo or expertise si teacher kung paano ba ituturo yung triads. So here, a major triads follow this pattern. So first we have root to third, fourth, half step. So third to fifth, 3 half step. So for us to understand, kapag root to third is gagamit tayo ng 4 half step, which is merong pagitan na 4. Dahil yung 4 is magiging step to root to the third. Understood? So next we have third to fifth. So meaning naman is 3 half step. So dito naman is magkakaroon tayo ng pagitan na which is 3 half step, which is 3 when it comes to playing a keyboard of piano. So example here is C major, meaning yung C major chords na gagamitin natin sa piano, 'di ba? Meron dito nakasulat na C, E, and G. So as you can see here in the figure, so di magsisimula sa C, meaning 0, meaning this is the root. So yung root or the starting point K. So through this is, di ba, makikita natin yung C is placing to the 0. So dito naman is yung E is placing naman sa 4. So yung G naman is placing naman sa 7. So as you can see here, through the C, A, G is meron silang pagitan na tig isa-isa. So in this step na kung saan is parang langkaw in Maguindanao, is ito yung tinatawag na half step. Na usually, through this is hindi ito ginagalaw. So kapag pinipindot natin yung C major is yung 0 starting from the 0 to 4 and 7 lamang ang ating pipindutin at the same. Next, we have the teaching texture in music. So dito na tayo sa teaching texture in music. So ano nga ba yung texture in music? So the texture in music refers to how music sound, think, or ting, depending on the numbers of the layer. So dito naman sa texture is nakadepende talaga sa music or sound ng isang music kung gaano ba ito kakapal or kanipis. Nakadepende rin ito sa number of layers na kung paano ba natin yung kinakanta, kung paano ba natin yung ipapakanta sa ating mga student. So, first here, letter A, we have thickness and thinness. So, dito naman is i-apply natin sa ating mga student yung about thickness, kapal, and kung paano ba magiging manipis yung kanilang magiging boses. So dito naman are suitable for grade 1 to 3. So as you can see here is dapat itinuturo ni teacher yung pinaka basic lamang na thickness and thinness of the music when it comes to their texture. So the listening activities here na kung saan is gagawin is compare. Activities na gagawin ni teacher is number 1 is compare. So ikukumpara ni teacher yung kanyang student when it comes sa texture na kung saan is kung paano ba nila yon i-apply o i-execute ng maayos. So first here we have solo voice versus choir. So as you can see naman, when it comes to solo voice is they are using one tune or one voice or isa lang yung kumakanta mismo ng isang kanta or also called is isang singer lamang. So versus naman sa choir, so as you can see naman yung choir is they are singing more, kung saan is marami sila na kumakanta and at the same time is they are using different choir of tune, different voice and different chords na kung saan is kanilang ginagamit. So through this is naalaman ng mga bata kung paano ba gagawin yung solo voice versus choir. So next naman is solo guitar versus rondalla. Meaning as you can see naman dito sa solo guitars is as you can see they are playing one guitars versus rondalla na kung saan is they are more instrument na kung saan is ipiniplay mismo sa entablado. So for instance, sa rondalla, we have more instrument like violin, yung mga iba't ibang klase ng mga guitars na kung saan is they are played together unlike sa solo guitar. So the student task dito is describe what they hear, think, or think sound. So as you can see here, kapag nakikita nila yung solo voice and choir is nalalaman nila, i-describe ng mga student o dahil nga ipinapakita natin na sa teacher is nalalaman nila na yung solo voice is ginagamit lamang sa teen na kung saan is pang solo lamang or nagiging manipis, and also yung sa choir naman is nagiging thick dahil marami silang kumakanta. So next, we have the types of musical texture. So first here, number 1, we have monophony, meaning monophonic, meaning single melody. So definition of this is one melodic line without harmony. So example here, a person humming or whistling, a bugle playing taps, a Gregorian chant. So activities here is student create and perform a simple melody in unison. So yung monophony, for us to understand, is ito yung klase ng musical texture na kung saan is they are play with a single person or single instrument. For instance, guitar is gumagamit talaga siya ng single, meaning single lang yung guitar na ginagamit. Kapag gumagamit naman ng flute, is dapat single lang ng flute, single lang na flute ang pinapatugtog. So when it comes naman sa boses ng isang tao is isa lang yung kumakanta without the use of any instrument. Understood? So dahil dito sa single melody is single lang yung nag-a-apply or kumakanta dito. So napaka-importante talaga yung activities na gagawin ni student is to create and perform a simple melody in unison. So as a teacher, pwede nating magkaroon ng mga activity na kung saan is each of our student is pakakantahin natin sila even very simple or basic lang, depending na kung saan is individual sila na ating pakakantahin. So at the same time is dapat hindi rin natin sila ipo-pressure and dapat tugma rin sa kanilang edad at kanilang gusto or needs. Understood? So next we have number 2 is the type of musical texture. Number 2, we have homophony, meaning homophonic, melody with accompaniment. Definition here, we have one main melody supported by chords. So example, we have a singer with guitar chords, a jazz group, a poem on circumstances. So yung homophonic is dito naman yung melody with accompaniment. Dito is merong kumakanta and at the same time merong instrument na ginagamit and they played together. Meaning nagiging yung kanta and the instrument are blended together to make a music. So dahil nga dito is meron ng mga single with guitar chords, a jazz group, a poem in circumstances example. So ang gagawin naman natin as a teacher, so when it comes sa activities natin ay pagagawa sa mga student is let one group sing the melody while other provide simple chords accompaniment. So number 3, the last type of musical texture is the polyphony, meaning multiple independent melodies. So polyphonic meaning ito yung gumagamit na ng iba't ibang independent melodies. So definition here, 2 or more different melodies sung or played together. Example, round like Row Your Boat and Parachibel's Canyon. So dito sa polyphonic or polyphony or multiple independent melodies rather is gumagamit ng multiple or iba't ibang melodies. For instance, the best example nito ay ang chords. So as you can see, choir pala rather. So makita niyo sa choir na kung saan is they are sing in a different way of tone, meaning tone of voice. So di ba makikita niyo na kung saan is yung mga babae is gumagamit sila ng mga tono na kung saan is parang nagiging high pitch. Then yung mga boys naman is gumagamit sila ng mga vocal na kung saan is low pitch, and at the same time is they are played together and they are sing together. So through that is si teacher is gagawa naman siya ng mga activities. So ang kaniyang gagawing activities is dito is divide the class into groups. So i-divide na yung kaniyang classes sa dalawang grupo lamang. So each group start the song at a different time, round singing. So dito is mag-a-apply ni teacher yung mga song at a different time. Meaning, kapag halimbawa sa row your boat is kapag sa first group is sasabihin nila yung row your boat. So sa the second group naman is iba naman yung kanilang babasahin o iba naman yung kanilang kakantahin. So parang nagiging different sa song, different kung paano ba nila ito kakantahin. So next, this allows student to experience independent musical line together. So napaka-importante dito na kung saan is may experience talaga ni student kung saan ba siya nagiging mas independent when it comes sa musical line. So especially sa mga girls na ating mga student na kung saan is meron doon na medyo mahaba or medyo mataas ang kanyang note, and then yung mga boys naman na mababa yung note is pwede i-mix ni teacher when it comes to different tone na kung saan is kakanta sila ng sabay-sabay with different tone. It depends sa kung ano ba yung kanilang gusto and kung ano ba yung kanilang capability when it comes to musical texture, kung paano ba nila yon gagamin or i-apply ng maayos yung that kind of activities. So last here is the conclusion. So that teaching harmony and texture should integrate visual representation, active listening, and performance-based activities. So through these approaches, learners develop not only theoretical understanding but also practical skills in producing and recognizing musical elements. So these holistic methods can foster a deep appreciation of how individuals' sounds combine to form meaningful and expressive music. So dun na lang po magtatapos ang ating presentation. So maraming salamat po sa pakikinig, and that's all. Thank you and sukran and wasalam.